Okay, so in this lesson we're going to look at problem solving, and this table that you're looking at, you saw this in a previous lesson. Just keep in mind that the subtraction is not commutative, so you had to be careful with subtraction, especially with the word subtract from and less than. So remember, the order in which you would write the expressions is not what you would see from left to right. So you had to be careful with these two. Now, as we do the word problems, here's a general strategy that you can use to solve these word problems. Now, as with always, you always need to make sure you understand the problem. So that's the first thing. Read the problem, read it again. Um, you're going to choose a variable to represent the unknown. If you have to draw the diagram, if you can, then draw the diagram. You won't always be able to draw a diagram. And then just make sure that your solution makes sense. Then you're gonna translate the problem to an equation. So you're gonna set up some expressions. You're gonna set up an equation. Then you're gonna solve the equation, and then you're going to interpret the results. Okay. So let's look at number one. All right. So here's number one. We're gonna do this one. And it says that the sum of, we're going to do number one, the sum of twice a number and 7 is equal to the sum of the number and 6. And you want to find the number. All right, so the word sum, remember, means to add. And is equal will be the symbol for equal sign. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to represent the unknown. So this is going to be number one. So the first thing is represent the unknown. All right. So in this case, you're asked to find the number. And so we're going to let the variable x represent the number. So you're going to say this. You're going to say let x equal the number. Since that you're trying to find, you're going to let x be that number. Okay, so once you represent the unknown, then you're going to set up the equation. You're going to set up the equation. So the first thing you do is represent the unknown. Then you're going to set up the equation. All right, so you're going to set up the equation based on this sentence. So it says the sum of twice a number, and remember twice means to multiply by 2. So multiplication. So that's twice right here. So times 2. So you're going to take twice a number and then you're going to add it to 7 because that's what this says. The sum of twice a number and 7. So you're going to say 2x plus 7. So that's the left side expression is equal to, and then it says the sum of the number and 6. So the sum of the number, remember let x be the number, so the number and 6. All right, so there's your equation. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to solve the equation. So you're going to solve the equation. So you're going to take this equation, and just go ahead and rewrite it, and then you're going to solve for the variable x. So let's just go ahead and bring the variables to the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Then I'm going to combine like terms. So 2x subtract x is x. X plus 7 equal, and then x minus x is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. Then I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and then combine like terms again. So I get x to be negative 1. All right, so there's your number. So you're going to interpret the results. You're going to write this. You're going to write the answer as a sentence. So write the answer in a sentence. All right, so interpret the result. So you're going to say the number. Just don't put x equal 1 here, x equal negative 1. Indicate what that means. So based on the problem, you're saying that the number is negative 1. All right, so that's all you do. Okay, number 3 looks like this. So this is number 3. So it says 3 times a number minus 6 is equal to 2 times a number plus 8. So 3 times a number minus 6 is equal to 2 times a number plus 8. All right, so you can represent the unknown. All right, and when you represent the unknown, since you're just trying to find that number, let x be that number. So let x equal the number. All right, so then you're going to set up the equation. And you're going to set the equation, in this case, based on what you've read. So the sentence says 3 times a number minus 6. So that means 3x minus 6 is equal to 2 times the number plus 8. So 2x plus 8. All right, so there's your equation. So then the next thing you can do is solve the equation. All right, so when I solve the equation, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. I'm going to go ahead and bring the variables to the left-hand side. So I'm going to use the addition property of equality. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So since I'm subtracting 2x from the right side, I'm going to have to subtract 2x from the left side. Then I'm combining like terms. 3x subtract 2x is x, minus 6 equal, combine these, that's 0, plus 8 is 8. Then adding 6 to both sides, and combine like terms, I get x to be 14. So your sentence, interpret the results. You're going to say the number is 14. All right. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, so this would be number 5. Okay, number 5, this says twice the difference of a number and 8. Twice the difference of a number and 8 is equal to 3 times the sum of a number and 3. And you want to find the number. Okay, so you're going to you're going to represent the unknown. Okay, represent the unknown. So you're going to let x equal the number. Okay, then you set up the equation. All right, now you've had experiences in previous lessons in terms of how to write expressions from words. So remember, this says twice the difference of a number and 8. So what that means is this. Twice means 2 times. So you're going to multiply twice the difference of a number and 8. Number and 8. So that's how it looks. So remember, if you just look at the difference of number and 8 right here, just look at this, cover twice. The difference of number and 8, remember the difference means to subtract, and the order in which you write this is the order in which you see it. So the number goes first, 8 goes second. All right, and then what you're going to do with that is you're going to multiply by 2. So that's what that means. Is equal to, and then the same idea here. So 3 times the sum of a number and 3. So I'm going to cover 3 times. So if you look at this part right here, the sum of a number and 3. So the sum of a number and 3 means x plus 3. But you're going to take that, you're going to multiply it by 3, because this says 3 times. So that's going to look like this. 3 times x plus 3. So there's your equation. So you're going to solve the equation. And so I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite it. Okay, so based on a previous lesson, you're going to remove the parentheses using distributive property. So I get 2x minus 16 equals 3x plus 9. So 2x minus 16 equals 3x plus 9. All right, and then it doesn't matter which side you bring the variables on. You can bring them to the left or the right. If you want to bring them to the left, you just got to be careful, because notice what happens. When I subtract 3x from both sides, you got to be careful. That's 2x subtract 3x is a negative x. Minus 16 equal, and then that's 9. Now if I add 16 to both sides, I get, combine like terms, I get negative x equal 25. All right, so got to be careful. You're trying to solve for x. So this is negative x, which really is negative 1x, equal 25. So to get a coefficient of 1 here, I'm going to have to divide both sides by negative 1. So I get 1 times x is x equal a negative 25. All right, so your sentence, you're going to say the number is negative 25. Okay, number 7. All right, number 7 says this. The product of twice a number and 3 the product of twice a number and 3 is the same as the difference of 5 times the number and negative 4. So the product of twice a number and 3 is the same as the difference of 5 times the number and negative 3. Okay, so, all right, so this is number 7. So you're going to represent the unknown. So you're going to let x equal the number. All right, so you can set up the equation. All right, so you set up the equation. Just read the problem again. Product means to multiply of, and then twice the number means 2 times x and 3. So you're multiplying, remember this right here means 2x right here. So you're multiplying 2x, this right here, means 2x, and then 3. So you're multiplying these two things. That's what you're saying here. So your setup, you're going to say 2x times 3 is the same as, so that means equal, the difference means to subtract, and you're taking the difference of 5 times the number, and 3/4. Okay, so that's what this says. So twice a number and 3, the product of twice a number and 3 is the same as 5 times the difference of 5 times a number and 3/4. Okay, all right, so that's your equation. Then you're going to solve the equation. And so I'm just go ahead and just rewrite what we have. 2x times 3 equal 5x minus 3/4. All right, so 2x times 3 is 6x. All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bring the variables to the left. So I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides, and then combine like terms, I get 6x minus 5x is x. This is 0, and you're left with negative 3/4, and you already have x by itself. So your number is negative 3/4. So your sentence, you're going to say the number is negative 3/4. All right. Okay, so that's going to take care of this part of the lesson. So that's going to take care of part 1 of problem solving.